Hey guys, I'm Matt Turpin. I got sent to Teen Challenge October 11th, 2010, and I got out August 22nd, and I just want to let you guys know. I know you guys are coming up. You're having your winter break, and I know some of you are just really stressed, worried about relapsing. Some of you have girls back home that want to have sex, traps, drugs, and I just want to let you know that even though I'm out of the program, I still struggle with that. Like, I'm about to go on Christmas break myself, and that stuff's waiting for me at home. My ex-girlfriend texts me. He's like, "Hey, I want to have sex." One of my best friends there back home has his medical marijuana license. So those traps are still set up for me. But, I can't go back home and rely on myself, my flesh, because that's setting myself up to fail, as would be for you. And so I just really encourage you guys to just really rely on the grace of God. I'm going to open up to Galatians 2, verse 16. Nevertheless, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but through faith in Christ Jesus. Even we have believed in Christ Jesus, so that we may be justified by faith in Christ, and not by the works of the law. Since by the works of the law, no flesh will be justified. And pretty much, I just really feel in my heart that you guys need to stop trying to be perfect, and let Christ perfect you in His perfect timing, because obviously, you guys, I know for a fact, I felt it, other students felt it, when you lay down at night and you just feel a void, a loneliness, whether it be homesick, and just know that Jesus wants to fill that void. He wants to just surround you with His love and His fellowship. He doesn't want you to feel like that. And I know you fight it constantly. I did. I cried myself to sleep at times. And don't think that you're not good enough for Him. You're not supposed to be good enough. That's why He had to come to die, to make the way. And there's no sin that's too good, too bad for Him. His arms are always open. I just pray that you guys run into His arms. The second part I want to talk to you about is in Revelations 3:15. I know your deeds, that you are neither cold nor hot. I wish that you were cold or hot. So because you are lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. Now, when I was in Teen Challenge, we heard this verse, and a lot of the kids use this as an excuse, that because they don't see themselves on fire for God at the moment, that God would rather them be cold, and which meant for them to be against Him rather than try to be a lukewarm Christian, and use that as an excuse to cop out, to not try to follow Jesus. And that's completely incorrect. I've been learning here in the church in Laodicea. There's Hierapolis, which there's a hot spring, and then in Colossae there's a cold spring, and then in between, because it's north and south, in between is a river where they both flow into, which is a very lukewarm river, which they call either bitter water or spit water. And so God is saying, I want you to be hot or cold. And the cold spring is used when on hot days you go and you get refreshed. So God's saying, for cold, I want you to be a refreshing, joyful, to people who are exhausted, be an uplifting spirit and be refreshing to them. And then the hot is therapeutic for people who are worn down, that need to be built back up and re-energized. So both are useful. So God, the point, what God is trying to say is be useful. And useful doesn't mean perfect. Being on fire for God doesn't mean being perfect. It means your heart, you desire Him. Yeah, you're gonna fall. You're a baby, you know. Like don't expect perfection yet. Just keep striving, keep getting up, and you know, especially with break coming up, you know, don't rely on yourself. Rely on God's grace. And that leads me to 2 Corinthians 12:9. For my grace is sufficient for you. For my strength is made perfect in your weakness. And that's just so beautiful that in our weakness, God's strength is made perfect. And His grace is sufficient for us. Because 1 Corinthians 10:13 says, no temptation has seized you but what is common to man. And God is faithful and will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will provide a way out that you may stand up under it. And that's happened so many times in my life. But there's a choice. You need to make the choice when those temptations arise on break, whether, like I said, be drugs, sex, pornography, anything. There's a choice. Do you want out, or are you gonna indulge in it? And I just encourage you guys to just stand strong. Keep fighting the good fight of faith. And I know it's hard. I've failed many times. Even being here in LA at the Dream Center, you know, I've relapsed. But, you know, I had to walk in the light with authority and admit that and get back up. And I just encourage you guys to just keep going. Don't give up on yourselves, even though it's hard. It's so worth it. A last word I want to bring you is, you know, if God brings you to it, He can bring you through it. So I love you guys. I'm praying for you, and just have a good break. I look forward to hearing good news from you guys.